All right, let me add myself into my own stream. What's going on, everybody? Happy, what is it? July 6th. Good gosh. Time is flying by this year. Hope you all had a safe, fun 3-day weekend. I think some people had off on Friday, but I hope you all had a good time, safe time, spent time with friends and family, doing the BBQs and the fireworks and what have you. So thank you all for joining me first and foremost. This has been a long time since I've done a movie watch party. I looked in the backlog or whatever on my YouTube channel, and the last time I did like a movie watch along was almost 2 years ago for was it Barbarian? No. It was Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rise. So this is and you know, like I said, we've done TV watch parties, but we haven't done a movie watch party. So this is fun, man. We'll probably do more of these in the coming future, especially maybe some more obscure movies, throwback nostalgia movies, especially with me having the channel membership that I've had open for a couple months now. So good to be back again. I appreciate y'all. We got several people coming in from all different YouTube and where else are we on? Facebook and X. So I appreciate y'all joining me on this Sunday evening to watch what I consider to be the best movie of the year. We're talking about Sinners, y'all, which is currently streaming on HBO Max. Now, listen, man, y'all might be upset at your boy because I'll be honest, I haven't purchased this physical media. It used to be my thing. I haven't bought this movie quite yet. It will be added to the collection probably during some type of Black Friday special this year. But as of right now, I don't own it. I've seen it a couple times in theaters, but this is my first time watching it at home. So I'm very excited to watch it with you all. Like I said up top or just a few seconds ago, this is my favorite film of the year thus far, followed by 28 Years. And then like the next thing under that is like way down. So I'm really excited to rewatch this movie with you all. If this is your first time watching, as you can kind of see behind me, I have like sync your copy to either HBO Max or again, if you have your own physical copy, I'm going to have a timer up here so you guys can know when to press play. And if you're watching this on the replay, you will know as well when we get this thing started. So again, just a couple rules to kind of let you all know what's going to be going down. If this is your first time watching or listening, because I might upload this as like a podcast. I don't know if someone's like taking a 2-hour trip and they want to watch it on their iPad or watch it on an airplane and they want to hear a commentary from, I don't know. I'm going to probably convert this to audio only too. But if you listen to this on podcast or watch this on YouTube, I will be pressing play on HBO Max here shortly. And I won't be showing the movie for, obvious reasons, but just in case you don't know, copyright reasons. I can't, show an actual film. The movie or the channel and the stream will be pulled immediately. So I will be, like I said, having a timer up here on the screen shortly so you guys can know where I am in the film and whatnot. And throughout the movie, I'll probably be sharing some thoughts, some commentary. So, hopefully you all are prepared for that. You won't be annoyed for my 2 cents. So of course you can always mute it if you are watching a film at home. But again, this is the idea behind a live watch party is to enjoy this with each other. It's as if we're sitting next to each other on the couch and enjoying each other's company and watching a film that hopefully we all love. Or again, this might be someone who might be watching this for the first time in 20 years. This might be your first time watching it. So this will be fun. Before we get into it, man, let me say what's up to the chat. First and foremost, Bernadette Carway with not super chat, but becoming a YouTube member. That is so dope. Thank you so much, because I don't really promote this so much because I haven't really done anything with that side of YouTube yet. I started it at the beginning of the year or maybe February or March or so. And right now it's just like, it's $2.99 just for support from the channel. But I plan on, like I was saying up top, to do more of these live streams, watch parties, maybe Q&As, chatting with the memberships later down the road, maybe exclusive videos or what have you. So that's something I plan on doing. I just haven't sat down and like come up with like a good game plan. And of course, I'm open to suggestions too. If you guys, prefer or have any ideas of what you would like to see on like more of exclusive type of thing. But again, thank you so much for joining the membership. Again, if you guys want, it's just right now, it's purely support for the channel. It's $2.99 for support, and you can cancel at any time. But that $2.99 is for, supporting the channel, what have you. And then probably sooner rather than later, I'm going to have like a $5.99 or $9.99 bracket where you can join me for via live watch parties for big movies, small movies, movies we love. I'll have you all vote for movies, exclusive videos, behind the scenes, things like that will be coming pretty soon. But thank you so much for joining the membership. That means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. Timmy saying, what's up? We got my man Justin in the building. What's going on, everybody? While we're waiting, I want to throw out a recommendation. Yeah, I've heard about that, Justin. I've actually been sitting on that show for a little bit. I watched the first episode. I like Alexander Skarsgård. It just wasn't my pitch of comedy. I'm a big sci-fi fan, as you know, but it just didn't do nothing for me. But I heard it's good. You're not the first one that's recommended or mentioned it. So I'm glad. I think it's over. I think, if I'm not mistaken, or wrapping up pretty soon. But appreciate the recommendation, my friend. What's going on? Nola. Oh, we got LB. Hey, y'all, invite me in. We need to be kind of one. Yeah, we do, LB. We need. That's why these watch parties are also to have some fun, but also just to take our minds off of all the day-to-day stuff we deal with. So what's up, LB? Hope you're doing good. I haven't linked up with my YouTube friends in a while. I gotta figure something out and collab with some people that I haven't chopped it up. What's up, Corey? Chopped it up with for people in a minute. Jen, what's going on? What's going on? All right, y'all. So I think Nisi, what's going on? It's always good to see you. I think it is time to get this party started. I'm excited for Foundation. I got to catch up on Foundation for real. I used to be a big fan of that. Kind of fell off. I'm popping in late. Are you watching independently or on Discord? So the Discord part, this is where I feel old. I know what Discord is, but I don't know how to operate it. So to answer your question, I think I'm watching it independently on my television at home. And of course, you can sync it up to your copy. Again, this is available on HBOMax or HBO. And that's the only place I think is streaming right now. Of course, you can buy it on VOD or if you own a copy. But right now, I'm going to be streaming it from HBOMax. And I'm going to have matter of fact, let me get this set up now. I'm going to put the timer on the screen so you guys can know where we're at with everything. So, yeah, Discord, that's like foreign to me. I don't even know how to create one or what it necessarily is to a certain extent. But neither here nor there. Good to see you. And hopefully you guys have fun with us tonight. All right, y'all. So enough of me chit-chatting. This is a 2-hour and something minute long movie. So let's and by the way, the timer's at 32 seconds because I skipped the trailers and all the HBO advertisement. So right now on my screen, actually, maybe pull it up here, HBO Max. Just kind of show you guys what's on my screen so you can sync it up, and we'll start in a couple minutes here. I gotta log in. All right, let me log in right quick. Yeah, no, I'm good. And show the screen. I hope I have multiple accounts on HBO where I can show you guys where I'm at. Make sure it's muted. Yeah, so right now, I skipped the intro, which is I believe Peacemaker. And come on. Loading. Here we go. All right, guys. So this is what my screen has right now. And like I said, if you guys want to give me a thumbs up, let me know when you're good. You got your drinks, got your food, and we'll press play. So right now, this is what's on my screen is the HBO movie presentation. So I haven't started it quite yet. So once you guys give me the thumbs up, let me know that you're good on your end. Then we'll get things going on my end, and I'll press play, and we'll watch what I consider to be the best movie of 2025 thus far. I'm really excited to rewatch this at home, and more than once, to tell you that. I'm very excited to rewatch this and dissect and picked up things I haven't seen when I saw it twice in theaters and what have you. All right, we're good there. Make sure the subtitles on. All right, so we good. We got thumbs up, ready. All right, guys. So with that being said, let me take this down and get the timer up here and share the screen. That's another reason I know I'm getting old. I'm talking to myself as I'm doing this, just so I can make sure. I love it. All right, guys. So pressing, and those for listen on podcast, Spotify, Apple, and again, those watching replay, got it on HBO. Oh man, I'm so excited, man, to rewatch this at home with you guys tonight. By the way, I might cry. There's a scene in this film that 2 times saw it in theaters. I shedded a tear, and I might do one again tonight with y'all. I'm just letting y'all know. Let's go. Really? God. Man, this just pulls you right into the world. Hmm. Crazy thing is, I was reading an article not too long ago that Ryan, he wrote this in 2 months. 2 months, which is crazy, which is wild. Clarksdale, Mississippi, October 16, 1932. This looked good too. I mean, I got a good TV and everything, but this looks clean and crisp. But yeah, going back to what I was just saying, it's crazy. Ryan wrote this in 2 months, y'all. And that's the spirits was coming through him on that penmanship to write such a beautiful screenplay. But also too, I don't know if you guys know, this is a very personal story for Ryan. This is a dedication to his, I believe it was his uncle or cousin that put him on to blues and jazz and all the musics from this time and what have you. So very personal story for Mr. Coogler. Sammy. Mm-mm-mm. And I never noticed it that whole his dad kind of, I don't want to say his dad is almost another version of a vampire, but it's almost like this tug and pull that Sammy has to go with, and that seeing that cut between Remick and his dad, it's like they're pulling him to go to the, be in the church as his dads want him to be with the congregation, and obviously Remick wanted him to join. It's like this fighting for his soul. I love it, and I really noticed that. He can, and he wants to choose his music or go down the path that his father wants him to. One day earlier. And by the way, um, what's his name? Mike Stanton, is that his name? Who plays Sammy? Believe this is his first acting gig, like big acting gig. Yeah, I'm sorry, Miles Stanton, not Mike. Miles Stanton. I'm thinking of Michael B. Jordan. Miles Stanton, his first big movie, and you couldn't have told me this man hasn't been acting for more than 10 years. Some people comes natural, just having that screen presence, that charisma, and I think this young man has a really bright future ahead of him. At least I hope so. I hope it isn't one of those you see him and then we never see him again. But knowing Ryan Coogler, with his relationship with his previous actors, I'm sure we'll see him again. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him in Black Panther 3 or somewhere in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or X Files. I know he's working on X Files next. And I think he was a backup singer for what's her name? Her. I think he was a backup singer for a while. And she was the artist her suggested him to audition for the role. Oh, the score is so next level by Ledwood. Stack and Smoke. The color grading is immaculate, says Corey. Yeah, this looks good, Corey. And those watching at home, y'all notice the crows in the background. I'm gonna keep a tab on that. And whenever you see crows in the background, is that an indication of something's evil's coming or lurking? Twins? Nah, we good. Iconic line. I was gonna ask y'all, do y'all think the performance by Michael B. Jordan is the best performance of his career? I lean in the camp to say yes, and this is coming from someone that's been watching Michael B since The Wire and Hardball and all the various different smaller projects he's been attached to. I think this performance, followed by Fruitvale Station, followed by um, Killmonger, and then I would say his performance as Adonis Creed is up there. But I think this is my favorite performance of his. How old is he to have a deep voice like that? This man is 20 years old, sounding like Barry White. Good gosh. Morning, Pops. Mm. Mm. Fruitvale Station. Is your favorite performance? B. Mm. The foreshadowing there. I mean, he kept his word. He did come back with one piece. Well, at least some pieces of them are missing, but hmm. I still stand by. I made a video closer to when this movie was out, as far as like I know the idea of like a sequel or continuation. People don't like that because they want to it done, and I get that. But I just feel like Ryan Coogler can build like his own universe. He doesn't have to make a direct sequel, but I think he can have this universe of different storytellers, different actors coming in and operating in this world. And I would love to see like a and I know it'd be tough for Michael because obviously playing dual roles, it's not an easy task, but seeing them in Chicago, dealing with the devils of Chicago, the Italians and um Al Capone's of the world, I think that would just be a great HBO series. Corey said in the comments, I can't confirm, but I said the X on the top of the church was a ode to Chad. Well, okay. Oh, like the Black Panther call sign, the Wakanda call sign. Speaking of Wakanda, just thinking of Ryan's connection with Marvel and his history of Marvel. I don't know if you guys saw there was an article from the producer of Ironheart, who also produced this with Ryan Coogler, that all the costumes were sold to them by Marvel from get this from the set of Blade. ah, Blade. That's funny. Well, it's not funny because it's ridiculous how long it's been taken to get the Blade movie off the ground. But let me know in the comments and those watching the replay, is there a possibility that Ryan Coogler would ever direct and write a Blade film for Marvel? I wouldn't be opposed to it, but personally, I would want him to do other things. Finish his trilogy with Black Panther and do things outside that world. But it wouldn't be a bad pickup. But Jones says, I just got here. So Jones, the timer on the screen is where we are in the movie. About 15 minutes into the movie so far. We're at the point where Stack is in the town, about to talk to the get the sign and everything. I love this scene with the young girl teaching her how to negotiate, little tips and tricks he learned from the trade of being in Chicago, and just the idea of me myself. I want to travel a lot more, and the reason I want to do that is, perfect example is like you learn so much when you travel, and you can share information, share knowledge with people when you travel the world and see new heights and meet new people. And this goes to show the extra layers of Stack and Smoke. It's not about making a dollar. They want to help the people. I call him Stagger. Let me say Smoke. She too young to watch the liquor truck. That is a great point that Corey makes in the chat, saying I like how every character Smoke and Stack meet with tells their stories, so it tells us without long drawn out exposition. That is a great observation, Corey, because that is a great way to tell a narrative to give you some backstory without sitting down and slowing the momentum of the film and having, like you mentioned, supporting characters throughout the film, giving us little backstory, right? They just mentioned they thought that the twins were in Chicago working with Capone, which they were. Also, a little thing that Smoke mentioned is that they hit big, but not in the way they think, alluding to me in my eyes that they stole the stuff that they're gonna be selling at their club. So yeah, it's a really good observation, Corey. Real well said. The Spotify Easter eggs with the news article would be a great lead into the universe idea. Yeah, like I said, I'm very much in the camp that I would be open to a continuation of this universe. Doesn't have to be a direct sequel or characters we've seen, but just in the universe, so many different options, so many different stories, so different decades we can explore. Obviously, vampires, supernatural, other stuff. I think there's a lot to work with, but we'll see. And trust me, I wouldn't be surprised if Warner Brothers is pitching this or knocking on his Ryan's door to try to continue this world. Forgot to mention a little story that Stack was telling. Sammy about their dad and how Smoke shot his dad, which we find out later that wasn't true, but um, just gives you another little insight of the protective side of Smoke, the different layers of the characters. Young Rain in chat says best movie so far of the year. Yeah, same with me. Same with me. I think this film just hits on so many different levels: production, performances, direction, story, intrigue, commentary, layers, depths. Just a lot to offer. It's a full course meal. Delroy Lindo, icon, living legend. Mhm. Makes a great point, man. You can't. He's been doing this for so long. Yeah, you can't just jump on the hot thing just because it's new. Can't mess up what you get. You're guaranteed. And I love again just the characters, how they make their way into the club. Temptation, as they were talking about earlier in the film from the Bible verse that Sammy was reading about the temptation and just people's vices, what led them to the club. And this being Slim's vice, alcohol. Can't resist it. Temptation. It's not even really about the money. It's about the chance to be able to have the best alcohol he's had in his life. Tell you, man. Stack is a good salesman. Come Hailee. Boy, this is a much different role we have seen from her in her career so far. Parlane. See, Salmon picked up some tips from his cousins. She's a great actress, by the way. I believe her name is Jayme Lawson. I think the first time I saw her was in the Batman a couple years ago as the mayor, Bella. Here we go. This scene is hilarious. There we go. Yeah, she really did a good job. Everyone did a good job in the roles. But the thing about Hailee is, man, I've been watching her since True Grit, right? Hit the scene as a young kid and seeing her grow up. But she's a grown woman. She's a grown woman saying some grown woman things. Corey in the chat says someone said Perlene wasn't really married. She just said that because she thought it would be scare Sammy away. Oh, okay. I might have to see. I don't know if I see if she got a wedding ring on. It's funny. I love that we can hear the story in the background as he's describing it. Just little details like that. Hmm. It's so sad. Stories like that that Slim shares that kind of push that whole idea of you can't get out of your position. You got to stay boxed in, stay with your nose, stay around who you know. Don't ever try to expand yourself or do better for yourself. It's that fear. And it just tells you, going back to what Corey said earlier, just like little stories like that inform you on Slim, right? He's not just a drunk. You got a love for music. Music keeps him alive. That and alcohol, of course. But beautiful little scene right there. Married or Not, Young Sammy winning. What's up, Kevin? Yeah, he did. And again, going back to what my man Corey said earlier, this scene here with Smoke visiting the grave of his child. Again, we see him in this certain light, tough as rocks, but got a heart of gold. And these little scenes like this just inform you on who the person is. This is this is a little thing like, what's up, Nine? I just want to say this, bringing up the favorites, because I hope you're doing good, man. Bringing up the one of the reasons why I love this film is just like, I feel like a lot of movies these days are just don't have the opportunity, the budget, or the time to like flesh these characters out, flesh out the world, invite you into the scenario, and not just rush you into a situation. It's just a beautiful way to allow the story to just consume you and grab you in, and then once it's just a fan, you're hooked, you're engaged because you care about all these characters and their stories and want them to survive. So it's just a beautiful way to convey a narrative. And Annie already know the game. She know that they stole that. By the way, Wunmi Mosaku is one of my favorite actors in Hollywood, and I can watch her in any and everything. If you guys looking for another horror movie, if you guys haven't seen His House on Netflix, incredible performance, incredible movie. Mm. Wumi's been on a great run lately. Yeah, she's been on a great run since I was the first. I think it was like some Black Mirror episode or something, or some BBC show. But everything I've seen her in, 9. She's always on point. You notice the background gets blurry as she talks a little bit about the supernatural of it all, about her prayers and what her prayers have been protecting him. Mm. And the background gets clearer because her presence of the that's such a cool detail. That is such a cool detail. I never noticed. Oh, that score, man. You can tell there's love there, but also pain and regret. But they love each other. Hmm. Mhm. And this is just another example as we meet another pivotal character in the narrative, her beliefs, her religion. Mm. And we're talking about how she calls him Elijah. I love that. You see how Slim's vice was alcohol. And cornbreads was money. Hers is Elijah. That's her vice. The love that comes with love and Elijah. No matter how far he travels, how long he's gone, there's still that love they got for each other. Your body and forget me. Man, let me tell you something. Someone say that to you, it's a done deal for me, man. It's over. I'm completely in your control. As we see Elijah's his first time and let his guard down this entire film. This is something we don't see often in Hollywood is black love, man. And the love that we see with Annie and Elijah. So cool. Um Keith with the super chat. Appreciate it, my man. It says, what are your thoughts on some say they saw Annie as the meme as first rather than Smoke's lover, or that they couldn't see the chemistry? Um, I have heard that perspective. I never got that because I don't know, maybe because I know that they're closer in age. I know she wasn't his mom. And I never read it. Even the first time I saw it, I never read the scene like that. The other part of the lover angle and the chemistry, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just have had experiences where I've been. Hold on, let me see the scene real quick. I love this scene with the mimic. How the story starts to pivot into something different. I remember when I first saw this, I was like, "Oh man, I wish we could have got a little bit more backstory where he come from." But that's just like such a cool narrative thing to kind of drop someone in, literally drop them into the movie. Because I'm thinking to myself, where knowing that he's a vampire, how did he manage to get this far without burning in the sun? But to go back to Keith's question there, nah, I always felt the chemistry. I never looked at them as father or relatives or whatever, and I thought they had great chemistry. I definitely disagree with those that say otherwise, but I go them crows again. But let me know in the chat. Going back to Keith's question, do you all feel that the first time you saw that that was his mom or that they didn't have chemistry? Tried to warn him. They're like, bro, we need to get out of here. You tried. Going back to what I was mentioning earlier about the continuing this universe, the Choctaw, following them, chasing vampires and things that go bumping in the nights. I would love a Choctaw series, an HBO Max kind of Lovecraft country, them hunting werewolves, vampires, witches, ghouls. Love it. But again, I don't know if you're still here, Keith. Thank you for the super chat. It's a great question, man. That score reminds me so much of. By the way, I never know. Did they have a baby in the a baby's crib? I never noticed that. The score reminds me of Fright Night, and the lead vampire in that movie. This movie in general just gives me vibes like Fright Night meets Lost Boys. Or the say not the movie, but the vampire element of the story reminds me of the Lost Boys mixed in with a little bit of Fright Night. I can't think of the last movie with this type of talent almost 100. I think it was a $90 million budget, produced by Warner Brothers. That we're almost 50 minutes into the film. No, sudden action, or we got a little bit of horror in the last scene with the introduction of Remick, but 45 minutes or so to lead into the story, to build the characters. I can't think of a film of this, like I said, this scale, that took its time like this, and didn't rush. Some of y'all commented on the Annie. She didn't like me. I never got that. I never. They had great chemistry. She's not a mammy, yeah, a mommy character. Yeah, I never. Very, yeah, very, very powerful and extremely sexy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree. Choctaw ain't X twice. Yeah, I love that scene. Corey and Chess is the fact that their eyes were glowing practical lenses is awesome. Yeah, it's the little details. Mm. I love the backstory of how Hailee Steinfeld's real life plays into her character, because I didn't know she was. I think very similar to her character Mary. I think her actual real life granddad was half black. I think that informs her the way she plays the character. I think that's one of the reasons why probably Ryan cast her, besides obviously her talent. And not that it's required that actors take a role that shares similarities to who they are as people, because I think that's probably, I can't speak for actors, but I would imagine most actors probably do the opposite of that. They want to play people that's not them, challenge themselves. But every now and then you take a role that speaks to your personal experience, that you can maybe add some other layer to how you play the character based on how you've experienced life. So I like that element about her. And it informs me something about the actress as well, about a little bit of her life experience. Mm. It does matter. He loves you. I would see the vulnerable side of Stack. I can't remember who composed it, but this score also reminds me of like the 80s and 90s, like, I don't know. Kind of has like a Lethal Weapon. I couldn't think of the name of the movie. It reminds me of Lethal Weapon, like Riggs, his love story in the first one. This kind of has that tinge to it. Just like the music has history, right? And whenever we hear this song, it's like it implies that there's a history, there's a compassion, there's love that's going on between the characters. It's like the soundtrack to their life, or the soundtrack to the situation. I wonder if they're gonna play the deleted scene. I know there's a deleted scene floating online with Slim playing music. Oh no, they cut it out. But yeah, there's a deleted scene if you guys want to see online of Slim actually playing like a whole song. The musical choice was so good. Yeah, it's phenomenal. I'm so happy this scene wasn't spoiled for me. My theater was going crazy. Oh, you talking about the scene that's about to come up, Corey? Listen, I've said it when I reviewed this film. This scene that we're about to witness now, Sammy's coming out party, his main attraction song. This is my favorite scene of the year so far. This scene is impeccable. Like, this is such a great scene. Sammy Moore. I'm a sharecropper from some form of attention. Stop. That's my Sammy impression. They call me Preacher Boy. Got my daddy being a pastor. I wrote this song for him. You think I could pass as Sammy this Halloween? On time. I heard you. Hope you don't lose your mind. I was a boy, about 8 years old, on the Mississippi Road. I listen to this song pretty frequently in the car. I can understand why Ryan probably cut Slim sing, because you go from one singing song to another one that doesn't want to get too, I don't want to say repetitive, but question in the chat. And for those listening, do you guys consider this a musical? Take me. Not a traditional musical, but do you guys look at it as like a form of a musical in a sense? Because the story is informed by the music. Arms tonight. Mother, take me. Come on, Sammy. Arms tonight. Goodness, there's moments in cinema that just transcends the experience of you viewing a movie produced, acted, edited. And it's like this scene right here, just I feel like I'm right here with this characters in a moment. Wanna take me. It's not that I didn't know Ryan Coogler was an incredible director, but to me, watching his career from Fruitvale to Creed to Black Panther to Wakanda Forever to this to me elevates him. It's like this other stratosphere, how his mind works and his creativity works, and how someone can put together a scene like this with so much history, of the translation of history and music, and how music can literally bring us together, takes us to places, to memories, to times that we've experienced, happy moments, sad moments, whatever you want to call it. It's just there's nothing like it. and how it informs the culture, moves the culture, shapes the culture. Gosh, this scene. And what makes it even more beautiful, how it ties into the end. This is when they all were free. This is the moment they were all let the struggles, trials, and tribulations go and just experience the moment. God tier director right here. Mm-mm-mm. Very few scenes move me like the way this scene moves me. Take me in your. Oh, come on, man. This score is ridiculous. This scene, ridiculous. I remember watching this in theater for the first time earlier this year, and was April. And it's in recent memory, this scene in the in Oppenheimer. There's a couple scenes in Oppenheimer, but the one when he's in the auditorium after they drop the bomb, where it's just like, you know that this is the director that's tapping into something that's like unearthly, like that's like unattainable talent. And that scene right there, man, is perfect. That is a perfect scene to me. And that's the transformation into the second half of the story where we're really gonna dive into the supernatural. And now he's unveiled the veil of the supernatural. Same like, I don't give a damn how far you done walked. I just want to taste it. Come on, Sammy. All right, y'all. She don't got no ring on. What is that? Her. Help me in the chat. What's the tradition? What is it? The left hand that the women are traditionally supposed to wear rings. I don't see no ring on that finger, y'all. Y'all might be right. They got the Wonder Bread. Sammy got a full plate with some bread on the side. I just want to taste you. Oh, that's good. That's good. I think y'all might be right though. I don't think Perlene is married. I think she's just trying to see what Sammy, if he's persistent enough to make his move, and my boy sealed the deal. Left. That's what I thought. Okay, left. I think that was her left ring. I don't think she. You saw a ring. All right, you might be right. I didn't see no ring. You saw a ring. Okay, I'm tripping. All right, she's married. All right, okay, I'm gonna believe y'all. I believe y'all. By the way, for all y'all watching at home, watching this live on the replay, I appreciate y'all joining me watching this. Do me a favor, man. Hit that thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. If you're listening to this on podcast, consider following. I appreciate y'all. They play creepy perfectly. Yeah, yeah. Jack O'Connell has been one of my favorite actors for quite a while now, and I'm really happy that he's getting his opportunity to kind of be in two of the best movies of the year to me, which is this and 28 Years Later. Two incredible characters, and I'm really excited to see him as Jimmy in the sequel. Remick was so funny to me how he moved and said things. Yeah, it takes a level of what's the word? It's like a charisma to Remick and a charm to him in the way that Jack plays him is really good. You was vibing to this song. What's going on, Skyler? What's up, everybody? It's one. Yeah, I hope you had a good weekend too, Skyler. It's good to see you. It's that right there. Yeah, that's when he knew music was going to be his north star. Hmm. That's just the backstory to that prequel series I want with Stackins and Slim, what they've been up to in Chicago. They stole from the Italians and the Irish. Mm. It goes back to Sammy's story is trying to be pulled all different ways, but it's not what he wants, right? Dad want him to be in the church. He wants to be a singer on the road. Cousins want him to stay in a certain lane. Positive qualms. Book says that a positive consequence of the film is I see more YouTube reactors watch an interview with the vampire because they wow, that's funny. Watch Sinners and recommend the show. Are you referring to Interview with the Vampire, the TV show or the movie? Or both? 'Cause I haven't seen the show, but I've heard good things about it. Heard it's more accurate to the novel, to the books. It's also gives dust from dust to dust. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I said that in my review. Um, just from the simple fact that it reminded me of George Clooney and Quinn Ritchie, the twins, the two brothers as robbers, and they come across. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So similarities to an extent. To that part to me is similar, but and the vampires obviously. But this film has a lot more depth to it, like that. I love. Don't get me wrong. From Dusk to Dawn is one of my favorite vampire movies of all time. But that hits a different narrative where this to me has a lot more layers and depth and dimensions and complexities to it. But two great films in their own way. Mm. Did y'all see the cross behind? Oh, from the light pole. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good call out. There we go. The eyes and the drooling. Him taking flight. Mm. Such a good transition. Yes, it was, man. That is a great transition. I was referring to the show. There are a lot of themes the movie centers are tapping into the show also. Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about it. Nothing but great things about Interview with a Vampire on AMC. One of these days, I think it's on Netflix. I'm gonna probably one of these days do a rewatch, which, as I talked about earlier, that might be something to add to the repertoire when I add more to the memberships. Maybe a watch party, watching the first couple seasons, catching up. But I've heard great things. Now, my thing about Mary being turned, this is like a little nitpick. Do we? You would think her getting bit, because remember when Bert got bit, we saw the blood on his neck and all that. Wouldn't she have blood on her dress or on her neck or wherever she was bitten to inform that she was bit? I can't remember if they show where she was bit later, but little nitpick, little nitpick. So she was bitten somewhere else. Yeah, but wouldn't the blood still be on her dress and on her clothes? Like I said, just remember when Bert, it was literally all. Oh boy, oh boy. Again, this is, I'm not. This is a little nitpick. Um, like I would imagine when Bert got bit and when his wife got bit, they were able to change their clothes to, obviously show there was no blood, but she ain't changed her clothes. She's wearing the exact same thing. But again, depending on when she got bit, maybe it just wasn't as messy. But like I said, it's just a little nitpick. I never noticed the glowing eyes in the dark when they get trying to get cornbread. Fellowship it up. Now, to me, Mary seducing, stacking this scene to me plays into like the lore, like vampire lore. Like vampires are in most media are known to be lovers and love to be intimate and have sexual interactions and engagements of sexual behavior, and also to just play into the idea of sinning. But also, she's doing this to gain his trust and obviously turn him. That's obviously part of the plan to get one of the twins changed where they can let them in. She say, "You want some?" Did I miss that the first two times? I did not notice she actually exchanged spit. Okay, there it is. So she was okay. I couldn't remember. She was bitten the shoulder. Good call, y'all. I still feel like there would have been like some blood on her dress, but who cares? Who cares? I forgot if she spit. Look, not to get too X-rated. When you're in the mood, certain things go by. But if someone spits my mouth, that's a call sign for we got to pause for a second. No one spit in my mouth. I don't care how sexy they are. I would throw up right. I'm a germaphobe for certain things. Someone throw spit in my mouth, I'm probably pass out. That's gross. Hmm. We gonna kill one of you. I still feel, and I will never get over this. I'm gonna fight this to the day I'm dead. I still feel as though the Hailee Steinfeld turn to a vampire being shown in a trailer. I really wish they would have never shown that because I knew it was coming. Right? They did not have to put that. Now again, I can hear someone marketing this film, trailer being like, if we show Hailee, because listen, they obviously know she has her fan base, and obviously a lot of people find her attractive, which I think she's attractive. So I think, like, oh, they'll probably get an audience like, oh, Haley's a vampire. That's sexy as hell. Let's show that. Like, I can see that. I can hear that angle, but I think you got to resist. You cannot show that in the trailer. You cannot show that in the trailer. I still stand by that. Because the whole movie, I'm like, oh, she gonna turn. If she wasn't, I will say when I saw the film, I was thinking that she was a vampire from the start, but obviously she wasn't. But I still wish they would have never showed that. And I also feel like they could have marketed this film. This is tough to say, to market it without showing that there's vampires in the film. It's easier said than done, but I feel like they could have made it a way where it's like when they show the trailer, there's something outside. There's something going on. There's something supernatural. But I think they could have. I have to go back to From Dusk Till Dawn because I think when they promoted that in the '90s, I think they held that for till what people saw it. But of course, you want to bring the audience in. It's a vampire movie. I get it. I get it. I get it. And they show, yeah, Corey mentioned they show Stack. That's another thing, yeah. Yeah. And they show Stack being turned to a vampire in the trailer too. Like, yeah, I show that. That is a good question or comment. I've seen the film 4 times, but I haven't been able to explain why she ran out. That is a good observation. I this is just my obviously there's no confirmation, or I don't know if Ryan explained this, but I took it as her running out. It's just like the way, and also like she was like, "We're gonna kill all of you." She was laughing. Like I feel like this is almost like the predator and prey conversation. Like they're playing with their food, and she knew eventually they would come in and find their way into slaughtering these people. So I almost felt like she was just playing with them. Because by all accounts, she could have slaughtered all of them right then and there. But I think it's just like a slow burn for like the vampires kind of playing with their food. Because I guess to your point, if she was already invited in the first place, wouldn't she be able to go back in at any point in time if you're already invited? Because I don't know if you can reclaim your invitation to a vampire in the vampire lore of it all. Yeah, the first trailer I know didn't show the vampire was into the pool. That was a teaser, I believe. Yeah, I wish they stopped there, but it's an unfortunate thing about movies these days. You gotta have 3, 4 trailers to sell everyone on seeing it. Probably wrong, but I wonder if Mary on some level was fighting the hive mindset as she ran out. I don't know. Possibly, possibly. That's terrifying. That is terrifying. Mhm. Kevin said, "I'm so glad I skipped the trailers. This, good for you, man. It was hard for me to resist, but yeah." Cornbread was hilarious. Another nitpick, why wasn't Smoke able to get out of the room? Or Stack? I know it's a door there, but you don't have to be given permission to come out of a door if you're already, I don't know. Yeah, it's a good one. No, fool's Jim Crow. It's pimping in the closet. Yeah. Going back to Aisha's question earlier, I don't know why they keep running out of the club if they vampires. Does it have anything to do with them having to have to Mary was shot, Stack was thrown, holy water was thrown on them. So I wonder if they have to like get blood given to them by their master, the person that turned them, and it heals. I don't know. But honestly, if I'm being honest, vampire, werewolves, all the lore that comes with it, it can get convoluted and get, it's fantasy. And not all the rules from one movie doesn't apply to another movie. You said them running out set up the Irish jig scene. Hmm. That's the guy that got beat up earlier, right? He got his face slit by from the fight. Question: would you all have rather seen Remick attacking most of the people that ran out of the club? Or are you guys okay with just the implication that obviously he caught most of the people that ran out? Well, caught all of them, I would assume. It changed them all. If my memory serves me correctly, I remember Jack O'Connell saying in the interview that one of the reasons why he took this role, besides obviously working with Coogler and a great script, was that he got to, you know, going back to Hailee and the personal connection that these actors have with these characters. I believe Jack said that this is something that he wanted to show in a film, his Irish heritage, and be able to sing and dance. Remick was getting down with the jigging moves. That's such a dope scene. Cornbread face still ain't healed. Yeah, that's true. I love this movie. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Mm. By the way, who's that random guy next to Perling? Wonder is there backstory to his character? Slim doing too much. He ain't got to do all that. Been a long time since an original vampire movie really good. Yeah. Yeah. Last prior to this, 30 Days a Night, maybe? Josh Hartnett film. It's probably the last original. I don't know. That's actually based on a novel or a graphic novel, I think. I just gotta bring it up again. This goes back to my the Mary of it all being bit. We see how vicious their bites are. It's like they go in. It's like a mess. Even him, you don't seem to have any signs of blood on his clothes. It's funny because of the few. That is very funny. It's funny because there's a few extras that came out of the woodwork when they start fighting. Yeah, 100%. Sammy. I love this little kind of subtext of like wanting Sammy for his music and the idea of like vulture culture of stealing music, stealing black culture to get what they want. He think he giving them something, but at what cost? I didn't know he said that's his mother. Never caught that line. That's his mother nephew. Yeah, Ish, I mentioned that earlier. The blade of it all. I talked about that earlier. A lot of the costumes came from the blade. Yeah, we talked about that. It was supposed to take place. Yeah, there was a script. I think one of the first scripts of Blade was supposed to take place in the 30s. But Oh no, you good. You good. There's only one way to call it, make everyone a vampire. Mm. Smoke, he wanted to go, man. He wanted to go with his brother. He's been taking care of him his whole life. I'm sorry, Grace. If Grace was, if I was in their position and Grace was talking that stuff about fighting and letting them in, I'm the door's that way. I get where she's coming from, her daughter and her family and friends that are out there, but mm-mm, mm-mm. Grace. God damn it, Grace. God damn it. Now, a little another nitpick that's about to happen is we got one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight characters gone to take on what 40 vampires, and none of them. This should have been 2 seconds. They should have been taken out in 2 seconds. The humans I'm referring to. They don't got assault rifles. They got to reload every shot. Yeah, this is a little nitpick of mine. Like, okay, that's one dead. I don't know who the hell that was that just got bit. I don't know who that is. There's literally three random people that just got bit. And I will say, this scene is a perfect example. Is these vampires are not like they don't have like super strength or anything like that. Besides like flight, because there's no way that Stack should or Smoke should have been able to hold him off of from biting him from like a strength from vampires we've seen in other lore and things like that. And I don't know why the vampires are just pausing. Why are they attacking right now? And why did Mary care so much about Annie dying? And I'm not referring to the human Mary. I'm referring to obviously this vampire version of her. I don't know why Stack or Slim did that. Seven. I'm not gonna lie, this is my third time watching. I still think this climactic part of the film is a little clumsy to me from the execution perspective. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying when you compare how everything else is so calculated in detail, this to me felt a little rushed in its execution. And this is where I give credit to Ryan Coogler writing this in 2 months, but also, if he would have had a little bit more time to iron out some of the details, like this third act, for example. I think Annie has some extra power, insight. Yeah, I can see she's very valuable to them, but yeah. It's like baptizing them. Yeah, you guys make a good point. Like Corey says, when Stack says we had it all worked at the county, and they wanted her now. I get you, I get you, I get you, I get you. The practical effects on Remick is just sensational, sensational. I don't know why Remick didn't just bite him right then and there, doing all that talking. And also, too, how did smoke come up behind him without the other vampires noticing him getting in the water and doing that? I know they're a hive mind, but just they don't completely detach themselves from what was going on. Again, like I said, I love this movie, but this third act to me, these last 15 minutes to me is probably the weakest part of the film. Well, I don't even say last 15 because it gets I like the ending, but this scene here. My headphones go out. It's weird. No, but as I was saying, this is a great movie. But I do feel like these last 10 minutes or so, just a little rushed. Great shot. I thought the scene with Remick baptizing Sammy was dope. Ash. I ain't never seen a vampire recite the Bible and baptize a human. It was like a gotcha moment. Yeah, that was pretty cool. The other vampires' heads were hit over the guitar. LOL. Man, sure. And again, this is just me bringing in my baggage of previous vampire movies, but like vampires normally have like a extra layer of sense in their surroundings. But you know, just a little nitpick. Was Remick Soul leaving? I think so. I feel like the young vampires made rookie mistakes. They didn't even realize the sun was coming. Yeah, like I said, little things like that. Like even Stack and Mary, they got out. They got the hell out of Dodge. But yeah, it's like little things like that that kind of you give a film a little leeway. Cornbread, poor wife. Yeah, I love this scene here where when you watch it so many times and you notice how Stack was the one that always rolled up for smoke, but he can't come to do it himself because his brother did it for him. This scene was so good. Corey in the chat says this scene got the biggest cheer in the theater. Michael B. Rambo, 100%. 100%. This this reminds me of Inglorious Bastards to a certain extent of when how that film ended. What's going on my headphones? That's a good point. I never thought of that. Smoke was hiding Stack and Mary in the barn. That's a good point because they did make that deal, and he always kept his brother safe. That's a good point. Let's see right here when he sees his Annie and his baby. So beautiful. It's such a beautiful scene. Him on the verge of life and death. See what's on the other side. I don't know if I'm looking too much into it when Annie says she don't want any of that smoke to get on the baby. Obviously, the literal smoke, but also like put that hate, put that pain, put all that away, smoke. And come back, come to us. Release yourself and from this earth. Such a beautiful scene. Now with him holding the babies, this is when he died. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So who cutting onions? Yeah, I remember the first time I saw this, I teared up. I teared up for sure. Such a beautiful moment. It's finally at peace. What a beautiful movie. Not saying this will happen because I think he got a lot more. Chicago, Illinois. So, and this is the anniversary. I'm pretty sure Ryan has a lot more of these in him. But if for whatever reason Ryan doesn't step up to the plate, his next 2-3 films don't hit the mark like this, or his other films, like the fact that he was able to make this, to me makes him just he was already in a he's my favorite one of my favorite directors, but this just puts him in a whole nother class for me. Like I knew he had this in him, but I didn't know he had this in him. You know what I'm saying? This to me puts him in that like I don't know. To me, there's like tiers of directors, current directors like Denis Villeneuve, Christopher Nolan, Jordan Peele, Ari Aster, Robert Eggers, Jennifer Kent. Obviously Spielberg, Scorsese. They're in their own club. But like after this movie, to me, Ryan solidified himself as one of the best. Like I don't how am I describing? I don't know if I'm describing this right. He was already one of the best, but this just elevates him. Like to me, when Nolan did Interstellar, which is my favorite film of his, that to me put him in a different class. When Denis did Arrival, that put him in another class. But like this to me is Coogler's Interstellar, Oppenheimer, Sicario. Like this is him. Because obviously all the other stuff he's made, beautiful movies, Fruitvale Station, Creed, but they come with their own established worlds and IP. But him to build this is just incredible. I love this little mid-credit scene, but I do wish that this was actually in the movie because this plays to the movie. Normally, mid-credits and post-credits are sometimes detached from the narrative, but this fits into the movie. I really wish they would have, because I know there's a lot of people that saw this in theaters that didn't see this scene, but neither here nor there. It's such a great scene. And I still stand by this. Give me a Stack and Mary spinoff. I will watch that show or movie in a heartbeat. Them throughout the 80s, 90s, 70s, 60s. If he would have changed Sammy, he would have broke his promise with his brother because when you change him, they die. I guess he sees it as giving him new life. Hmm. I love that he named his Sammy's club Pearl Line, tribute to her, his first love. Which I say, y'all tell people, yeah, I always, no matter what, it can be a documentary. I guess I'm so trained to stay in theaters with being so Marvel coded for the last decade plus. I remember I even sat through the credits of that terrible movie, Jurassic Park Rebirth. Just so used to waiting to see if there's an extra little stinger. Yeah, I think they should have kept this in the movie. This should have been like the actual end. Shout out to Buddy Guy. Y'all can't tell me y'all don't want to see a Stack and Mary movie spinoff series. I love this part right here. Best day of his life. I remember seeing this for the first time. I teared up again when he said this scene here. No doubt about it. Last time you saw the sun. Oh, man. Last time he was free. They're free. Come on, Coogler. A poet, he didn't even know it. It don't take away from the movie, but this should have stayed in the actual movie and not a little mid-credit, man. I love this. I guess you can't look at it as you could look at it as like an epilogue more than a mid-credit scene. It's beautiful. Beautiful. A round of applause. This is a modern masterpiece, ladies and gentlemen. Live life like the last time, last time. Come on, man. Sinners. There's only 2 films that I can think of that's coming out for the rest of this year that I think that can. I don't know if there's another film this year that's going to make me this emotionally invested in his character and his narrative and have this emotional, like, cultural impact that I think this film has. Like, it's like chasing a high. Like, I hope to see another film that makes me as invested as this film did, but I don't know, man. I hope to be surprised. I can be wrong, but the 2 films I'm looking forward to the most for the rest of this year is probably, I'm seeing Superman tomorrow. It's from a DC, but that's a whole another part of my brain, a whole part of my movie watching, fandom. This just hits on another level, but I don't know, man. This is just a beautiful movie. Beautiful movie. What y'all think, man? Is there another movie this year y'all think could, I don't know, live up to this or hit you as emotional as this film may have, or hit you on a just a personal level like this film did? Because there might be films I like more than this, just from like a pure entertainment standpoint. Like I think of Avatar 3 or Weapons, like I said, Superman. But I don't know if another film is just gonna like pierce that part of my brain. It's just like just how much history this film touches on, and just the beautiful story that it narrates and tells. Beautiful movie. So we got one more scene. I think there's the actual post-credit scene. But as we wrap up, man, this is just a film that I think is a once in a generation, right? That you get that just hits the the zeitgeist, the pop culture zeitgeist, like this film did. Very financially successful, critically successful, audience accepted this film. Question for you all at home, watching or listening: what are the chances that this movie gets nominated for a Best Picture? What are the chances? Because historically, Oscars supernatural vampire narratives don't really make its way into the voting polls. I think it can get a nom for Best Original Screenplay, Original Score, Soundtrack. Coogler directing. I think Coogler can get his directing nom, first directing nom. I don't know if any performances, even though I think these performances are award um, worthy, but I don't know if I don't know. The Oscars is so weird when it comes to genre films, like horror, science fiction, but we'll see. We'll see. I do want to, before we wrap up, I'm going to read some of you guys' questions before we call. I did want to thank, I don't know if Nisi's still here, but she did send a $20 cash app for tonight's movie. And I want to thank her. I don't know if she's still here or not, but I just saw it not too long ago. I just want to thank you, Nisi, for the, I don't know if y'all can see that, the cash app. Appreciate you, Nisi. Let me see. Let me read your comments before we wrap up. Using Buddy Guys. Yeah, that was, I loved it. I love that little touch at the end. Oh, I'm excited for more lore from this world. Yeah, trust me too, man. She saved his life. Well, they all did. This part always makes me cry. Last time that's what I'm saying, Corey. It's that part, man. It's the last time I saw my brother. Last time yeah. Ellie, did you see? I did see Magazine Dreams. I did. I didn't cover it. Because when I saw it, it was already out. No. Because I saw it before it came out. But it was just I didn't get a chance to cover it. But I enjoyed it. I thought I didn't love it. I wanted to love it. Like Jonathan Majors did a great job. But I didn't feel like the film around him rise to his level of performance that he gave. It was some shortcomings in the others narratively that just kind of didn't flow well to me. We've got our post-credit scene here. And to me, this significance of this scene is just again just showing his love for the music and where he feels at peace. It's him and that guitar. Hmm. Hmm. That boy can sing. But yeah, no, I saw Magazine. Like I said, I liked it. I gave it like what, a 3.5 out of 5. Solid movie, but a great performance by Mr. Majors. Oh, I'm sorry, I just completely record. No, I don't think another movie will connect so many layers. So that's what I'm saying, Core. I mean, again, I would love because I love discovering new wonderful movies. But yeah, I don't know, man. Um, there are other movies I look forward to entertaining, but like this, nothing on my radar. Yeah, looking forward to him. Yeah, I'm looking forward to him. The Marlon Wayans horror movie. Yeah. No, you felt this film on so many levels. 0. Only movie that made me want to pay premium, see it in IMAX. I'm looking forward to Superman. I'm seeing Superman tomorrow, y'all. So keep an eye out for my reactions and review. I believe embargoes on Tuesday, but I will be we'll be talking about Superman in the next 24 hours, which I'm excited for. Denzel. Oh yeah, the was Highest Lows or something. Denzel and Spike movie. However, I doubt another movie will hold me like Sinners does. Yeah, I feel you, Nicole. I feel you. They normally don't nominate. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, but Sinners. I think about, and this obviously won, but I think about Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Like that is such a genre film that obviously not only nominated but won a couple years ago. But when it comes to like Supernatural, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they did nominate his Black Panther, which was a game changer to have a comic book movie be nominated for Best Picture. So we'll see. We'll see. Oscar isn't the all. Yeah, no, for sure. totally get you, Justin. I'm just saying, just to really kind of just another trophy to put on his shelf as far as to really submit itself as one of those once in a lifetime. Yeah, yeah. I would love Sinners to go acolytes, but yeah, I feel y'all. The Chalk Talk, yeah, me too. Superman. I want to see man, but yeah, they got that out of there super quick. Respect. Yeah, it's very successful. I think it was one of the highest grossing original films in the past decade. I think recently F1 might have surpassed it. What did it make? Was it 380? 390? Center's box office. It's a 365. Yeah. Which, like I said, I believe is a record for original. Per box office report, Sinners is comfortably the highest grossing original film of the 2020s, earning 260 domestically and yeah. That's awesome. That is awesome. To me, not that he wasn't going to get what he wanted after Black Panther, but I think after Sinners, I think Ryan Coogler can go into any studio and be like Christopher Nolan and be like, I want to make a movie, and not tell the producers and executives what it is about. Like, I just want to make a movie, star Michael B. Jordan. Okay, how much you need? Don't worry about that. Just go ahead and write the check. No problem, Mr. Coogler. Have fun. We'll see you in 6 months. That's the clout I think he has after this movie. And going back to our conversation about the Oscars, not that having an Oscar nod or winning an Oscar solidifies you or gives you more credit than you don't already deserve. I think in the landscape of Hollywood, though, when you do have an Oscar, that opens up more doors and more opportunities for Ryan Coogler, for people that are produced this film, that were set designers, so on and so forth. So I think that is a benefit of being a nominated movie. You can say I was a part of a nominated or a film that won an Oscar. So, but either way, I'm excited for his, next projects, which I believe is X-Files and then Black Panther 3. But after those, I would love to see him do more original stuff, because we talked about the Blade of it all earlier. Him doing a Blade film seems like a no-brainer. But at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like after seeing this, I would love to see him just continue to do his own thing. But we'll see, man. He's so young. He's so young and talented. He can do whatever the heck he wants. But no, man, this was fun. Like I said, I plan on doing more of these, y'all. Again, we got the memberships. We can maybe do, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to find a way to create more exclusive content and not just putting stuff behind a paywall, but having movie nights more frequent. Like, I want to do these obviously for the YouTube once a month more, but maybe having, someone mention Interview with a Vampire, like maybe doing a watch along of the first season or whatnot on the membership side, or catching up on old films or films that are, hold something near and dear to us. But I'll figure something out sooner rather than later. But either way, more watch parties coming soon. More reviews coming soon. Like I said, I got my Superman screening tomorrow night. So expect some type of out of theater reaction and then a review the following day. And probably all week talking Superman. Because if you guys don't know this about me, I am a lifelong DC fan. And I am very, very excited for the future of that franchise. So we'll be talking about Superman this week. I might do some clip outs for tonight's stream. And I said I'm going to probably upload this on a podcast. But what else we got coming up? Fantastic Four in a couple weeks, and a couple other films I'll be seeing in the next couple weeks. But yeah, man, we're in the thick of things. Read these final comments before we wrap up. Black Panther and Get Out should have won Best Picture for their respective Oscar years, but them white folks. Black Panther was 2018. What won the Oscar in 2018? Let me see if my memory 2018, because it got nominated 2018. I feel like it's right on the tip of my tongue. 2018. Who won Best Picture 2018? Jesus, I gotta look it up, Skylar. I feel like it was 2018. Best Picture. Who won that year? Shape of Water. Who was nominated? So wasn't Black Panther nominated for Best Picture? Best Picture nominees. Am I tripping? Wasn't Black Panther? Am I thinking of the wrong year? Was it nominated the following year? I could have sworn Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture. Black Panther. We're going to wrap up here in a second, but I just want to see who was nominated that year. We already established that The Shape of Water won, which was a good movie. But I could have sworn Black Panther was... Am I remembering this wrong? I thought Black Panther was nominated for Best Picture. Yeah. I know I wasn't tripping. It was nominated for Best Picture that year, but what year was that? Anywho, yeah, I don't think Shape of Water has a lasting impact as Black Panther did, but also just the other films that year. And I like The Shape of Water. I think it's a really excellent film. I think it's the last... Call Me by Your Name, Darkest. Okay, Black Panther was the following year. Okay, I just had to double check. All right, so the year that Black Panther was 2019. Excuse me. Which I think... Let me see. Roma? Roma, The Favorite, Black Panther, Black Klansman, Bohemian Rhapsody, A Star is Born, Vice, and Green Book. Was it Roma that won that year? Yeah, Black Panther. Definitely, I'm picking that over. It's a tough call. So I think Black Klansman was a really great film by Spike. Favorite was really good too. But yeah, Green Book, Roma, The Favorite. Yeah, I'm picking Black Panther, Black Klansman, The Favorite over Roma that won that year. Or was it? No, Green Book won that year. I'm tripping. Anyway, we went down a rabbit hole. Sorry about it. I'm seeing it's valid, and those Hollywood outlets said, yeah, I know this is a flop. Meanwhile, Marvel spitting out pure trash. He still has Wakanda Forever in August. He still has Wakanda Forever in August. What you mean? Coogler and Jordan are Timberland. That's funny. Oh yeah, he produced that. He didn't write or direct any episodes, but he's a producer on Eyes of Wakanda. Sinners was the F.U. to Blade. Yeah, like I said, I think the next thing he has on his plate is X-Files, which I think is going to be a series. He'll probably direct some episodes, write the series, produce it, obviously, showrun it. And then I think after that he'll be doing Black Panther 3. DC to then. Yes, yes. Love your watch alongs. Well, thank you. Thank you. I thank you for joining. I'm curious, do you have a favorite Superman storyline? There was a comic book run. It's one of the last DC comic book run. I think it was called Superman Birthright, where it was like, and it's been a while since I read it, but it was more on like him as a journalist going around different places to save people, which I thought was a cool idea. Superman is not just like US based, but globally he was saving people. So that's definitely up there for me. So, but I've never read like I know the more recent the Superman that we're getting is more based on like All-Star Superman. I haven't really dove into those comics, but I've seen some like animated films that are surrounding around that story. But yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm catching up to the chat. You guys were I was looking it up this whole time. You let me help me out. Yeah, Guillermo. What's going on, Ernest? Yeah, we were just talking about that. The chances of him winning an Oscar. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, for sure. They reboot. Yeah, they are. So, from what I understand, they want to do not a reboot, but I think he's trying to get back the original actors. David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson. And I think it's a series. Yeah, it's a series. Yeah. It'll probably be the next couple of years. I did not like those. I loved X-Files growing up, but I did not like the movie. The movies, I should say. And they're calling it a reboot, but I thought he said he reached out to the original actors to see if he can get them back. But either way, I'm seated. Ryan Coogler, X-Files, sign me up. All right, y'all. They're rebooting a reboot. Thank you for everyone that joined me tonight. Thank you for people that joined the memberships. So we got a super chat earlier. We got a cash app earlier. And we got all you all watching. Before you leave, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you're new to the channel. I'm going to probably edit this for my podcast, just like an audio only. And I might do something like edit this down to like a movie commentary and put it as like a video. We'll see. But either way, thank y'all again. Keep an eye out for my out of theater reaction tomorrow night for Superman. And I think the review embargo lifts on Tuesday. So I'll be talking about Superman pretty much all week. So keep an eye out for that. And many more things coming. Fantastic Four. Someone on Twitter asked, what if they were really in the Matrix right now? The reason we keep getting all the reboots and remakes is because the reboots don't know how to make new stuff from our time. That's funny. I mean, I've had this conversation with people. We get more original than we give credit for. Like, there's original stuff every day, if I'm being honest, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, there's so much, especially with streaming, there's so much original content that's out. But as far as blockbusters and movies go, yeah, we do get it's unfortunate, but that's like the lifeline of Hollywood is reboots, remakes, all that stuff. So Mr. Stream, supposed to take care of everybody. Yeah, thank you. All right, y'all. With that being said, thank you again. More of these to come in the coming weeks, coming months. We'll find some other movies to get excited for and rewatch. Maybe some anniversaries that we can rewatch together. But I thank y'all for all the support. And I'm really excited for Superman tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that and all the stuff coming in the coming weeks. But y'all be safe. Have a good evening. Have a good week. And I will see you all pretty soon.